said she was going to be in and out of this meeting. So yeah, and I think Christine, I don't know if you've met Herb yet, but Herb and Christine, would you like to do another intro? Just because I know, oh, and Arnold, well, you know Christine, so. Yeah, so Christine, if you wouldn't mind just, oh yeah, starting. I'm gonna record this just because Sarah's not here today to take any notes. Sorry, thanks Trish for the reminder.
Recording in progress.
All right. Yeah, so Christine, could you just do a quick introduction again? Just because Herb wasn't here last week or last month.
I'm Christine Hopkins. I actually am an employee at the RDCK. I work in corporate admin. My pronouns are she, her. I actually I have a above the knee amputation. So I have a disability myself. So, and I'm an active user of all of our RDCK parks. So I'm really interested in being a part of this committee and possibly making a difference. So that's me.
Herb, would you be able to do just a quick intro to Christine? I'm not sure.
Sure. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you now. Oh, might have to shut your video off, Herb. I think we might have to cut the video just to have the connection.
Yeah, if you can hear me.
That's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, can you hear me a little bit better now?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, just so you, I'm having an issue. It says I have an unstable network connection. So I think you're right. Turning my camera off is the way to go. My apologies for that. So I'm Herb Alex. I'm with the Sinites Confederacy office in Nelson, British Columbia. I'm the senior policy advisor for that, and I've been on the RDCK accessibility thing for a while. And I too am looking forward to going down to see the Bare Naked Ladies when the train shows up in Nelson tonight. So yeah, I've been reviewing the document a little bit, not as in depth as I would like, but I would like to hear what everyone has to say with the changes. Thank you.
Excellent, thank you. So Trish, maybe I'll hand it to you now.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted to say thank you to everybody for digging into those multiple versions of the plan that we shared, trying to make it as easy for you to have an option as possible. So the first document that was shared was a bit of a summary that we created around the changes that were made after the last session. So it's called the what we heard and what we did. So I thought we could start there, and I can just quickly summarize the changes that were made and how they reflect the feedback that we heard. And then we could see if anyone has any further feedback that they'd like to share. So the first thing was we had some really good feedback around the accessibility of the document, and especially around the fact that the PDF that was shared was not accessible for screen reader users. So this time Angela sent the document as a Word document, but then we also put it into separate documents. So there'd be one that was just a clean copy that had no edits in it and is just plain text. And then one version that showed you where the changes were if you wanted to refer back to that. But this summary is supposed to help with maybe you don't need to read through all of the track changes in order to understand what happened. So aside from trying to improve the accessibility of the document by making it a Word document and having the separate versions, we also looked at, we heard that representation for neurodivergent and other non-apparent disabilities experiences was only kind of implied, not actually explicit in the plan. And so there was a request to make that more clear. So what we did is we moved the disability definition and the diversity of disability explanation, which was originally in the appendix at the end, brought it into the plan itself to a what do we mean by disability section on page 5. And then also added specific language throughout the plan to make sure that we are reinforcing that neurodivergent experience is part of disability experience and what needs to be planned for. Along with that, we did want to say that just, after checking in about the length of the plan and the intention of this plan, to keep the body of the plan from being too long, we kind of subbed out that what do we mean by disability with moving the explanation of the Accessible BC Act into the appendix. So kind of swap those two to put more of the context up front and the description at the back of that legislation itself. We heard that some folks on the committee wanted to see more descriptive examples to help readers get a better sense of the information and the concepts that we're sharing. We were kind of balancing that with the length of the plan again and the amount of time that we had available before this meeting. What we did is to keep that consistent tone, voice, and the level of detail the same throughout the plan. We only added a few additional details in some places. For example, naming supporting neurodivergence as one of the types of training for staff, so got more specific there. And then one of the other areas that there was a request for more detailed examples was in the standard areas that are coming that go along with the Accessible BC Act. But since we moved the ABC Act definition into the appendix, we decided to not expand on those bullet points. And then just another thing that we noted is that there were some really great ideas in the last meeting about how to help people synthesize all of this detailed information. And so in chatting with Angela and Mike and the other staff, we talked about creating a short summary of the action plan for the website. Once the plan has been approved, we can move ahead with creating those summary documents. And some of the things that felt within the reach of the RDCK was a 1-minute version that just shows the essentials of the plan, a little bit longer, a 3-minute plain language version, and then a more fulsome summary with more detail, but still aiming to make it brief so that if someone doesn't have the energy or doesn't have the time to dig into the full plan, they could still understand the basic concepts of what's in there and the commitments. So those would come once the plan is published. Hello, hi Kai. Nice to see you. I was just completing a bit of a verbal review of the first document that we shared, which was the what we heard and what we did sort of summary of the changes that were made to the plan. So you're in good time to be part of the conversation of any feedback on the summary here, and then any other feedback on the plan itself. And my understanding is that today's conversation will move on to, moving the plan ahead in time for that Spark BC grant. So just want to remind everyone that today's conversation, I think, is hoped to be the final feedback from the committee before RDCK is able to move ahead with the plan. So yeah, does anyone want to start us off with feedback about the changes that were made to the plan?
I feel, Kaya, you are typing for us.
Yeah, I thought the changes were good.
Oh, thank you, Herb.
Yeah, it's Herb. Yeah, I thought they were good. I'm happy with the document. It always takes a little wordsmithing, and we could wordsmith it till the end of days, but all the information is there and relevant. And I think adding the neurodivergent piece is something that I didn't think about, but I think it's a good addition. So those are my comments. Is that it looks the changes look tracked and well and good. Thanks.
Thanks, Herb.
Yeah, thank you. I think we could. Oh, sorry, Mike. Did you want to say something?
Yeah, if I may. The conversation covered a lot of ground at the last meeting, and Trish, I appreciate that you and Sarah really captured the essence of what we were trying to get at there, and that's reflected really well in the changes that were made. So thank you for that. I think overall, the plan has improved significantly from that last, with the input from everyone at the last meeting and with the recent changes. I think this is really great where we've gotten this to. So thank you.
And I'd like to add too, I wasn't at the last meeting because I was double booked, but I've had a chance to read this over, and I like it. We could definitely consider it a living document because of the things that we need to do to adapt to the needs of people. And I like that about it. I like the flexibility that's built into it. And as we continue with this, of course, it's also a learning document, because when we discover what is needed in our own communities, and sometimes we think we know it all, but we don't. It's good to have this document as guidance. So yeah, I'm happy with the guidance or the document and the information provided. So I thank you for that.
Thanks, Arnold. Does anyone else have any comments? No, everyone is good. So if everyone is happy with going forward with the plan, I would like to make a note in our discussion notes here that the Regional Accessibility Advisory Committee endorses the RDCK accessibility plan, and this would then go to become a recommendation at our board in January. Does anyone oppose that? Oh, everyone's good with that? Excellent. Okay, well then the next item again is regarding the Spark BC funding, and our deadline is March 31st, 2026. And so we're looking for the Regional Accessibility Committee's endorsement to go forward with this application that we would send after we have board approval. So we still have a step with the accessibility plan itself where we need to take it to the board, and the board will review it, potentially make comment as well. But right now, we're looking for their approval and then to go forward with this funding. So if we have the Regional Accessibility Committee's endorsement to go forward with that funding, I would like to also make that part of our discussion notes for today, and that will then go as a recommendation to the board in January as well. Anyone have any comments or questions in regards to that funding, or doesn't consent to the endorsement? Wow, everyone. Okay, this is great. I'm happy. Yay.
I had a comment. Is Herb again?
Yeah, absolutely, Herb.
Yeah, just let me know if you guys need a letter of support from the Sinaiaks Confederacy. Sometimes when it comes to these funding applications, there's a little box about First Nations input. So because I've worked on this, I feel that I can pretty firmly say that we're okay to give you guys a letter of support when that comes. But if that's something you need, just let us know.
Excellent. Thanks so much, Herb. We greatly appreciate that. And I think just even as part of the application process, we may look for that letter. Thank you. Well, excellent. I'm
just remind me.
yeah, no problem. And actually, we do have a little bit of time. Kaya is a new member as well to the committee. Are you able to unmute at all?
Yes, thank you. Sorry,
Yeah.
my apologies.
So Herb didn't get the opportunity to meet you at the last meeting in November. So yeah, if you want to give a quick introduction of yourself, that would be great.
Yes, thank you. Nice to meet you. My name is Kaya Fitzgerald, and I am just representing as a member at large. I'm a grade 12 student in Nelson. And I also serve on the SD8 Accessibility Committee for School District 8. And recently as well, been elected youth rep of Blind Beginnings. So I'm working with a lot of blind and low vision youth across the province. That's sort of the area that I have interest and lived experience in, as well as that around focus on document and website accessibility. Thank you.
Excellent. Thanks so much for your introduction. And as Herb said, yeah, he's part of the Colville's Nikes. Herb, do you want to add anything to that? Or I know we do have a little bit of time, so I'm like, we may as well, if you like, I would like everyone to know each other on this committee for sure.
Yeah, I would like to say hi to Kaya there, and our Sinaiks Confederacy office in Nelson is in Nelson, BC. So if you would like to come over for a visit, or anybody from Nelson for that matter, come visit our office and say hello. We're on 514 Vernon Street, which is just above the post office. So Kaya, if you'd like to at some point stop by, there's an open invitation for you. And I look forward to seeing yourself and anybody else who'd like to stop by. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks for the invitation, Herb. So with that said, this adjourns. Well, we don't really adjourn in the in just a informal meeting, but oh yeah, Trish, absolutely.
Before you close off and people jump off, I just thought I would say this will conclude UNTAP's role with the committee in terms of supporting development of the accessibility plan. So I wanted to say thank you so much for allowing us the honor of working with your committee and staff to create this accessibility plan, which I think you're right, Arnold, is an awesome start and will be somewhat of a living document as everyone begins to learn more about accessibility and build stronger relationships on the committee as well. And I wanted to say that I've been working on a webinar for the end of January about how to fund accessibility work in 2026. So you already know about the Spark BC grant, but we've got, I think, 4 or 5 funders that are coming to talk about accessibility related funding in 2026, that streams that they have available. I'm just plonking the link to the registration page in the chat if you would like to share that with people in your network. I know it can often be the biggest barrier for organizations in making progress on accessibility. So let's get the word out about the funding that is available out there. So thanks again, everybody. It's been a real pleasure working with you.
Thanks so much, Trish.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's exciting news. So definitely look forward to reviewing that link.
Yeah. And I'll just echo that. Thank you, Trish, and the whole UNTAP team. You've been a real
Yeah.
pleasure to work with, and we're really grateful for a great plan that's come out of this. And in many respects, this is the beginning of the next phase, which is, you know, us making improvements and carrying all of the principles and commitments in the plan forward into building accessibility into our organization. So really glad to have you along for this part of the journey, and look forward to what's next for this committee as well. And as we go forward and try and keep this all real within our organization.
Yeah, thank you very much, everybody. And we will be in touch for our meetings with the Regional Accessibility Advisory Committee for 2026. It will really be dependent on probably some of the discussions we'll need to have, and keep you up to date with the training process from the accessibility plan and anything else that's kind of moving forward with the organization. So we will talk soon, but we don't have a date as of now. Excellent. Well, happy holidays, everybody. And I hope everyone gets the opportunity to relax and be with family and friends.
Yeah.
Thanks,
Alrighty. Thanks, everyone. Take care.
Angela.
Thank you. Happy
you.
holidays.
Happy holidays. See you.